Words matter. So do you ever say things to yourself or say things about other people that are negative, that are hurtful? Are you criticizing more than you're cheering somebody on, being positive, rooting for them? So the reason why words matter is what you say affects you, right? Obviously, if you're saying it internally, if you have negative self-talk and you say you suck, and you believe it, and you really think you suck or you're not good enough, all these things are gonna perpetuate a negative lifestyle, and it's gonna hold you back from achieving your goals. So there's a thing called reframing. You can Google it, you can look at it. Quickly kick those thoughts out of your brain and reframe your mind and say something positive yourself. And sometimes it's helpful to write out questions. Write this out on a piece of paper. So when you are about to say, hey, I suck at this, I'm horrible, no good, nobody loves me, all these things, when you know what you're saying inside your head, first you have to become conscious of it. So when you're conscious of your negative self-talk, start writing that list down of things, and then do what's called a reframe. So then change it. And this takes practice like anything else. If you want to get good at basketball, it takes practice, it takes work, it takes consistently doing things that will help you get you better at saying positive things over negative things. So if you're about to say you suck, you want to quickly possibly imagine a boot kicking that word out of there, somebody drop kicking it out of there, it exploding, whatever. Use your mind for your own good and get that word out of there, and then replace it with something. Hey, if you keep working, you'll become an expert. After 100 hours, you're considered in the top 95% of that skill. Consistently understand that, yes, currently, if you first started to try to learn how to ride a bike and you're crashing all the time, well, you're gonna suck in the beginning. It is okay to suck at things. But if you practice and you work hard and you're diligent at learning from your mistakes and growing and getting better, then you can ride a bike. These are the things that we talk about is, people always say is nobody gave up on you for walking, right? If you had the ability and nobody gave up and said you couldn't walk, you were able to achieve that. But over time, people told you couldn't, or you told yourself you couldn't. And so you created this pattern of negative self-talk, and that's holding you back. And so you have to reframe this talk. Also, I wanna let you know, if you're talking negatively about other people, well, that's affecting you as well. Your words matter. What you say matters. Are you giving grace to people? Are you building people up? Because I guarantee your life is gonna be much better if you just start giving compliments. You're gonna feel much better if you walk up to somebody and say, hey, those shoes are amazing, awesome. Hey, you crushed it at work today. Very impressive speech. Hey, it's easy to compliment a girl or a guy. Hey, I like your shirt, I like your necklace, love your nails. So giving compliments make other people feel good, which in turn makes you feel good. When you can give just the simple gesture of a few words to make somebody feel good, it's gonna immediately come back to you and make you feel good. But on the flip side, if you're quick to criticize people behind their back or even criticize them to their face, well, that's negativity. That's gonna affect you and how you're feeling. So you're not gonna feel your best when you're criticizing. And I'm not saying you can't criticize people. I'm not saying you can't. Sometimes feedback is necessary when it comes to work, when it comes to children, when it comes to parenting, all these things. Sometimes feedback is necessary. But the goal is, how can we get you to become more positive with your words and what you're saying to yourself inside, which creates more love, excitement, charisma, and the ability to want to do more and achieve more and have more, because you're not in a state where you're negative. I'm sure you've seen the videos where they talk about, if you take an orange and you squeeze it, what comes out? Like apple juice isn't gonna come out, orange juice is gonna come out. So if you take a person who's negative, constantly criticizing, constantly saying mean things, constantly, you're gonna look at their life and they're most likely not gonna have as many friends, they're not gonna be as happy, they're gonna struggle probably more in life. Doesn't mean they can't be successful and can't make a lot of money, but they might not be happy inside. So the key is, how do we bring joy and fulfill ourselves with happiness and pursue our goals from a standpoint of financial, relationship, and all those? So I want you to really focus on the words that you're saying to yourself now and the words that you're saying about other people. take an inventory right now on what you're saying and what negative things you might be saying. So carry a journal with you, or now you can just use your cell phone. When you see or hear a negative thought come into your brain, or when you say a negative thought about somebody, write it on your notes on your phone. Speak it and notate it on your phone. And then at the end of the day, go back and check how many negative things you did. One thing you can do, which is really great, and you can do this with your kids, you can do it with your coworkers. Anytime you say something negative, you have to put $1, $5, $20, $100 in a jar. So that will quickly, hopefully, correct you from saying negative things. And then you can do this in your brain. When you create that inventory, you can start seeing what you're doing, and it'll make you more aware. A lot of times we are so unaware of what we're doing in our brain, as well as what we're doing outside and how poorly we're talking to other people. So you can get a friend to call you out on this as well, parent. But again, just try to get more conscious of what you're doing by creating a list, keeping a note thing on your phone, reviewing it every day, every week, so you can consciously become more aware and get better at reframing and change your life by just saying positive things about yourself, encouraging yourself, giving yourself grace, right? Let's stop the judgment. Let's stop the criticism. Let's give ourselves grace and give other people grace. We have to believe that they're doing their best that they can. And we want to support people where they are. You know, it is no fun to be able to beat people up and beat them down when they might already be miserable and hating themselves. You never know where people are in their life. I feel overall in society, we need to build more people out, and we need to build ourselves up first, right? You got to love you. You know what they say, if the plane's going down, you put on the oxygen mask first, and then you can help the person next to you. So you got to take care of you, and it starts by keeping that list and being conscious of the negative things you're saying to yourself and the negative things you're saying about other people, and fixing that. I guarantee that alone will change your life for the better. It takes just very simple changes to make huge improvements in your life. And sometimes it can be as simple as listening to what you're saying inside your head, or even paying attention to what you're visualizing, and work on getting bad images, bad things out of your brain and in. So this also applies to watching movies, TikTok, social media. What information are you putting in? Are you putting garbage in and expecting great things to come from it? So work getting out of technology, getting away from watching these videos, and start inputting, reading things, you know, listening to things that will really build you up, make you feel special inside, provide that value, and surrounding yourself with like-minded people that will do the same. Your words matter, so pay attention to them. Get started today. Make this small change. In the comments below, just let me know what words you're now saying to yourself, or what words are you going to start saying to yourself when negative words come in. Let's make some changes, let's improve, and let's get better. Take care.